your latest news update from Western Mass News.
Good Wednesday afternoon. I'm Chris Pisano with a look at your headlines. New developments today in a 32-year-old cold case. The Hamden DA's office looking for a suspect they say murdered 17-year-old Shanna Price at Blunt Park in Springfield back in 1990. They released this sketch, developed using DNA found on Shanna's body to predict what the suspect looked like back then, and a second one of what the suspect may look like today. Anyone with information should contact police. State and local leaders announcing a new pilot program aimed at helping struggling families make ends meet. The 30-year-old pilot program will provide financial support to 100 households throughout the state who are impacted by the cliff effect. That happens when someone earns more income that would then trigger losing certain benefits. The program will test a cash payment system to help fill that gap. And a new superintendent will soon lead schools in the Diocese of Springfield. Bishop Byrne announcing Maria Wagner has been appointed as the new leader. Wagner, who's currently working in Hollywood, Florida, is due to take her new position by mid-April.
I'm meteorologist Jana Brown with a check of your forecast. We'll have a chance for a shower early tonight, patchy fog throughout the evening, and then as we head into the overnight hours, some partial clearing expected. Skies may turn partly cloudy, so temperatures should drop back down to the upper 30s and low 40s by sunrise. We head into our Thursday. We'll see a mix of clouds and sunshine, a little breezy from time to time with wind coming down out of the north. Temperatures will end up around 50 for the valley, but getting into the hills, some low to mid 40s expected. Temps continue to get cooler for Friday, but dry weather will also continue. Then we're tracking two storm systems for the weekend. Now, the first one is a coastal low, and this is going to keep a lot of cloud cover around for Saturday. The second one now is a clipper system, a fast moving system that is going to push through the Great Lakes and then just skirt the area on Sunday evening. This could bring a period of some light snow to Western Mass. And at this point, it doesn't look like too big of an issue, but it could potentially cause some travel concerns. So sunshine for Friday with a high of 44. Saturday a bit brisk with a high of 40 and mostly cloudy skies. 36 for a high Sunday with some light snow by the afternoon and evening.
Stay with Western Mass News on air, online, and on our app throughout the day for breaking news, weather, and exclusive content.